In less than 15 minutes, a missile could wipe out a city. And what's worse, there's no defense. It flies so low to the horizon, it's invisible to early warning radar. And by the time its presence is confirmed, it's already too late. This weapon doesn't just bend the rules of physics, it shatters them. Traveling at 5 times the speed of sound, it can maneuver like a fighter jet, making it practically untraceable. If it's not stopped, this missile will ignite a new arms race that nobody can win. Welcome to FutureForge, where tomorrow's wars are revealed today. I'm your host, and in this deep dive, we're uncovering the most dangerous weapons on Earth, hypersonic missiles. These aren't science fiction weapons. They're real operational weapons changing the balance of power around the world. You might think of the hypersonic missiles as one weapon, but actually it's two distinct technologies united under one terrifying title. The first is the hypersonic glide vehicle. Picture a rocket booster launching a glider into the upper atmosphere. The booster ignites and blasts off before separating at high altitude. Now the glider takes over. Without an engine, it uses its wings to maneuver through the sky. It can fly backwards or forwards, turning left or right. It's entirely controlled from start to finish. And remember, it's traveling at Mach 5+. At that speed, it makes multiple turns in a single minute. Think about how quickly your smartphone would heat up after such intense maneuvering. A modern smartphone would melt, but a hypersonic missile is built to withstand the heat. Its exterior reaches temperatures of more than 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 5 times hotter than the air inside a furnace. And now for the second type, the scramjet-powered cruise missile. It starts off like a traditional cruise missile launched from a submarine, a ship, or a fighter jet. It cruises along at subsonic speeds until it receives an order to accelerate. When it does, it fires up its engine, which burns fuel and oxygen at incredible speed. In other words, it uses its surroundings to power itself. The scramjet engine can reach temperatures of 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 times higher than conventional jet engines. That allows the missile to travel at a jaw-dropping Mach 7. Just for context, Mach 7 is nearly 5,000 miles per hour. At that speed, the missile completes a transcontinental journey in mere minutes. It covers the distance between New York and London in only 3 minutes. And now let's answer the most crucial question: who has this tech? Russia was the first to deploy hypersonic missiles for combat in 2019. Their name is Avangard, and they come into variants. The first is the 9K-730 Bulava, which is a submarine-launched ballistic missile with a range of 800 miles. It travels at Mach 10, meaning it's even faster than the missiles we've discussed. The second is the KH-7M2 Kinzhal, which is an aircraft-launched boost glide vehicle with a range of 930 miles. Both missiles are equipped with a single nuclear warhead, which means they're exclusively strategic weapons designed to wipe out large areas. But Russia isn't the only one. China has also developed a hypersonic missile called the DF-17, which stands for Dongfeng 17. It's a boost glide vehicle with a range of over 1,860 miles. What sets it apart from Russia's Kinzhal is its hypersonic maneuvering. It can travel at Mach 10 and make sharp turns during its flight, making it extremely difficult to intercept. However, unlike Russia's missiles, the DF-17 carries a conventional warhead, meaning it could be used in both strategic and tactical scenarios. The United States is also working on a hypersonic missile called the ARRW, which stands for Air-Launched Rapid Response Weapon. It is being developed by Lockheed Martin and Boeing and is expected to be deployed by 2023. The ARRW is a boost glide vehicle with a range of over 900 miles. Like the DF-17, it can travel at Mach 10 and maneuver sharply during flight. And it also carries a conventional warhead. So what's the big deal about these missiles? Why should you care? Well, let's start with their ability to evade detection. Hypersonic missiles fly so low to the horizon that they remain hidden from most radar systems. In fact, some of them can fly below the horizon, meaning they appear to be moving sideways rather than at an angle. This makes it extremely difficult for defenders to track their trajectory and calculate their impact point. Even if they are detected, their speed and maneuverability make them very hard to intercept. We've seen this happen firsthand during tests when hypersonic missiles have been able to evade Patriot air defense systems. Speaking of speed, the sheer velocity of these missiles is mind-boggling. As we've covered, they can travel at Mach 5 plus or Mach 7, which is several thousand miles per hour. At that speed, they can cover long distances in a very short amount of time, which reduces the reaction time for defenders to almost zero. For instance, if a hypersonic missile were to be launched from Russia to New York, it would take less than 20 minutes to reach its target. That's barely enough time to sound the alarm, let alone deploy an effective defense. But perhaps the most important reason why hypersonic missiles are so dangerous is that they are relatively inexpensive. Compared to other advanced weapons systems, they are much cheaper to produce and deploy, which means that more countries may be able to acquire them in the near future. In fact, there are already reports that countries like India, North Korea, and Turkey are looking into developing their own hypersonic missiles. What does this mean for the future of warfare? How will it change the balance of power? The short answer is no one knows. But the long answer is that it will change everything. Hypersonic missiles are a game changer. They will force nations to rethink their defense strategies and could potentially lead to a new arms race. AI and warfare go hand in hand. AI can process vast amounts of data in real time and make decisions faster than any human. Imagine an AI-powered missile that can identify and target enemy systems autonomously. It could choose the best time to strike, evade enemy defenses, and adjust its course mid-flight based on new information. It could even learn from previous attacks and improve its performance over time. That's not science fiction. That's the future of warfare. And it's happening right now. We all know AI is transforming our world in ways we never imagined. Self-driving cars, personalized medicine, virtual assistants. But what about warfare? How will AI change the way we fight and defend? Well, it won't be pretty. The good news is that many countries are working on ways to counter AI-powered threats, including jamming signals, spoofing data, and hacking systems. The bad news is that these methods are often ineffective against hypersonic missiles because they rely on advanced materials, encryption, and autonomous systems that are difficult to interfere with. And finally, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the fact that there is currently no defense system that can stop a hypersonic missile. Countries like Israel and the United States have deployed sophisticated anti-missile systems like the Iron Dome and the Patriot, but they are not designed to intercept hypersonic missiles. Those systems rely on intercepting missiles at a certain altitude or speed. But hypersonic missiles travel so fast and so low that they cannot be tracked or targeted. Even if a defense system managed to lock onto a hypersonic missile, the chances of actually hitting it would be slim because the missile could easily maneuver out of the way. It's like trying to hit a speeding car with a water gun. In conclusion, hypersonic missiles are a serious threat to global security. They're fast, accurate, cheap, and difficult to defend against. They could potentially trigger a new arms race, give countries a first strike advantage, and be used alongside AI-powered warfare. Yes, this sounds like a plot from a Hollywood movie, but it's not. It's our reality. These weapons exist, and they're being tested and deployed by major world powers. We should not ignore this threat or dismiss it as science fiction. We need to understand the risks and challenges posed by hypersonic missiles and work towards developing effective countermeasures. The good news is that this technology is not beyond our reach. We have the knowledge and resources to develop our own hypersonic missiles if we choose to do so. But the question is, do we want to? Is this really what we want to invest in? Or do we want to find other ways to promote peace and security? The choice is ours, but we need to act now because the future of warfare is already here. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to FutureForge for more stories of hidden machines, secret missions, and real military tech. Hit the like button if you found this video eye-opening. Turn on the bell because the next breakthrough could drop at any moment. This is FutureForge, where the future of war is already here.